all. In this session, I'll be discussing about road gap measurement in high voltage engineering. Before moving into the topic, let me ask one question. Why road gap measurement is needed? Road gap measurement is required to measure peak value of impulse voltage. As everybody know that peak value cause dielectric breakdown in that particular dielectric material. Moreover, to measure peak value of high voltage AC and high voltage DC. Similarly, you can able to determine the dielectric strength of air or any other medium it is possible. So these are the purposes of using road gap measurement. Let me discuss the salient features of road gap measurement. In general, the gap usually consists of two 1.27 centimeter square rod electrode square in section at their end. That's a general peculiarity or general speciality of the road gap arrangement. Normally we will be using plain electrode. Plain electrode can be used. Similarly, point electrode can be used. Alright. Moreover, they are mounted on insulating stand. Okay, those electrodes should be mounted on the suitable insulating stand in a particular height from the ground. That is another peculiarity. Then, one more relation you have to take care. The length of rod equal or greater than 1/2 of the gap spacing. That is mandatory. This relation you have to maintain. Otherwise, you may be getting wrong reading and the system may be getting collapsed. So, this relation has to be maintained. Similarly, breakdown voltage depends on the following factors. That means gap length. Similarly, atmospheric condition, humidity, temperature, pressure, etc. Those things has to be considered. While calculating the actual value of breakdown voltage, you need to consider those factors. So these are the salient features of road gap measurement. Now let us discuss the various type of road gap arrangement. In general, there are 4 combinations. Plane to plane configuration, then point to point configuration, plane to point configuration, and finally point to plane configuration. In plane to plane configuration, high voltage side we are going to use plane. Similarly, at the low voltage side also we are going to maintain plane. So these are the two electrode, plane and plane at high voltage side and low voltage side. Those kind of configurations are known as plane to plane configuration. But if you talk about point to point configuration, both HV side and LV side is followed by point electrodes. Okay. Similarly, regarding plane to point configuration, at the HV side we will be using the plane electrode, where the LV side we are going to use point configuration. So this is known as plane to point configuration. If I mention about point to plane configuration, the high voltage side we will be using point electrode and low voltage side we will be using plane configuration or plane electrode. So these are the various types of road gap arrangement. Okay, there are many more configurations, but normally we will be employing these 4 configurations. Now let us discuss plane to plane configuration. The plane to plane configuration that maintains uniform gap. That's the first peculiarity. So you can observe the diagram related to plane configuration. Now let us familiar individual segments of plane to plane configuration. Let us talk about HT bolt. HT means high tension. This is actually HT bolt. Similarly, second one is electrodes. These are the electrode. That means one plane electrode is available, another plane electrode is available over there. It is maintaining suitable distance. Spacing can be obtained. So spacing can be adjusted. Third one is insulator support. This is the insulator support. These are the insulator support that is mandatorily required. It should be maintained certain height from the ground. Similarly, fourth one is known as grounding bolt. So this one you can observe grounding bolt is placed over here. Then fifth one is hand wheel. You can observe hand wheel is here. You can adjust the length by using hand wheel. Spacing can be adjusted by using the hand wheel. Okay. Now, lead screw for zero adjustment. So regarding sixth one, so you can observe this is a lead screw that you can do the zero settings. Initially you have to perform zero setting. I will tell you why zero settings are required and what is the importance of zero settings. So lead screw arrangement is for zero setting adjustment. Then seventh one, that is actually the scale. One main scale is available here. Main scale. Similarly, there is another scale is available here. That is a supplementary scale you can call micrometer scale. 2 scale you have to maintain. That is really helpful whenever you are doing the spacing. Whenever you are maintaining the distance between 2 electrode, that is really helpful. So these are the components details of plane to plane configuration. Now let's explain how to measure spark over voltage or breakdown voltage by using plane to plane configuration. Initially you have to perform zero settings. That means the distance between two plane electrodes should maintain zero by using the scale. These are the scale which will be assisting by using this wheel, okay, hand wheel is available there. By using that hand wheel, you can maintain the gap distance equal to 0. That is known as zero settings. So why zero setting is performed? Why? Because to avoid errors. That is why we are going to perform zero settings. So zero setting has to be maintained over here. Thereafter, what you are supposed to do? You have to close the particular room. All the experiment, this kind of measurement will be done in a closed room. Please close the room and come out of the room. Then by using the controller, you need to apply high voltage. You need to apply continuous high voltage in between the gap. Okay. Suppose the gap spacing is 10 mm. After zero settings, you may be maintaining gap spacing is equal to 10 mm. Then let's come out of the room and you need to apply high voltage. Then you have to keep on observing there. At a particular voltage, you will be getting the spark over voltage. There will be a spark or some disturbance will be there. That you can note down that particular voltage which you apply. That voltage is known as spark over voltage or breakdown voltage. Now you can get into the turn off the supply, get into the room. Before touching to the particular component, make sure that earthing has been completed successfully. Okay, grounding should be done suitably. Thereafter, you have to maintain 20 mm. The gap distance between two plain electrodes should be 20 mm. Again, you can come out of the room. By using the supply side, you can maintain 20. You can maintain suitable high voltage. Then you can observe when the spark or any other disturbance is occurred. Okay, whenever the spark is occurred, you can say that the dielectric breakdown has been happened in between the medium, so that you can note down that particular high voltage which you applied externally. That is known as spark over voltage. You can apply the same procedure. You maintain the gap distance equal to 40 mm. Then again you have to apply high voltage and observe the spark over voltage. This step you can take at least 5 to 6 readings. Okay. So then you can note down the spark over voltage. Then you will be getting the practical value of spark over voltage. Okay. Make sure that at each and every step grounding has been done properly for your safety. Okay. So this is the way how to measure. You can observe the tabular column. So you have to maintain the gap distance, say 10 mm, 20 mm, 30 mm, 40 mm, 50 mm, etc. You can maintain. Then each case you need to note down practical breakdown voltage. It is in terms of kilovolt. Then by considering temperature and pressure, you can calculate accurate value of breakdown voltage. Here you have to consider one of the factor that is known as air density correction factors. Temperature and pressure, that will be directly correlating with the air density correction factor. So we can say that later by using the calculation, you can able to calculate accurate value of breakdown voltage. That is a later part. First, whenever the road gap, change in road gap, with respect to road gap, you need to measure the practical breakdown voltage. That has to be tabulated here. Okay. Similarly, you can perform point-to-point configuration. In point-to-point configuration, both we can say that this is HV electrode and this will be LV electrode. Both HV electrode and LV electrode is having the point shape. That is why it is known as point-to-point configuration. This is basically a non-uniform gap. It is maintaining a non-uniform gap. You can observe directly. First and foremost thing, you can observe the base segment. This is a base segment, and second one is known as supporting stand. These are the supporting stand. You can say that these are the insulating part, or it will support that particular electrode. That is why it is known as supporting stand or insulator stand. Then third one is known as hand wheel. For maintaining the gap spacing, we are going to use the hand wheel. Then fourth one is measuring scale. We require a measuring scale over here. This is the main scale and this will be the supplementary scale. Then these are the electrodes. As you can see, these are the electrodes. Then this is ST electrode and this will be LV electrode. Then seventh one is actually grounding connection. Okay, we can maintain the grounding connection. It is not directly given. We can say that seventh one, by using that you have to provide the suitable grounding connection. Okay, this is the configuration related to point to point. Okay, the procedure is same. So you have to maintain zero setting first to avoid the errors. Later you have to vary the gap 10 mm, 20 mm, 30 mm, 40 mm, 50 mm, etc. Likewise, you can take as many as you can, as many reading as you can. And corresponding practical spark over voltage, that means practical breakdown voltage has to be tabulated for each gap. For example, 10 mm you are supposed to note down the practical value of breakdown voltage. For 20 mm you are supposed to measure practical value of breakdown voltage. Likewise, it should be tabulated. Thereafter, you can calculate the accurate breakdown voltage by considering air density correction factor. Similarly, you can do the measurement by using point to plane and plane to point configuration. Okay, the procedure remains same. So let us summarize the procedure. Initially, you need to maintain zero settings. To avoid the error, you have to maintain zero settings. Thereafter, you have to maintain the appropriate distance between two electrodes. It may be 10 mm, then 20 mm, 30 mm, 40 mm, etc. For each step, you need to check when the spark over voltage or when the breakdown voltage will be taken place. That voltage has to be noted down and it has to be tabulated. This is known as practical breakdown voltage. Okay. Thereafter, you need to calculate the accurate value of breakdown voltage. So let us discuss how do we calculate accurate value of breakdown voltage. So while calculating accurate value of breakdown voltage, you need to consider temperature, pressure, humidity, lot of factors you have to consider. Various factors will be affecting the measurement. So let us calculate how do you measure the accurate value of breakdown voltage. Now, the accurate value of breakdown voltage, or you can call actual value of breakdown voltage, that is given by V, that is equal to K multiplied by Vn, where Vn is known as the practical value of breakdown voltage in kV, kilovolt. Moreover, we can say that the factor K, this is a factor, K is a factor that will be directly depending on air density correction factor. It is represented by either rho or D. So for how to calculate air density correction factor, there is a brief calculation to maintain the proper value of air density correction factor. The calculation of air density correction factor, it is represented by either rho or D, that is given by P divided by 760 multiplied by 293 divided by 273 plus T, where P is known as pressure. Say I can call the pressure equal to 760 mm of mercury. Then temperature you can take 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, so you can do the calculation. Suppose I have got the value of rho is equal to 0.85. Then corresponding value of K has to be opted from the table. There is a table. This table is known as air density correction factor table. From the table you can able to get the value of K corresponding to rho. Anyway, first procedure is to calculate the value of rho. By calculating the value of rho, you can approximate the value of K. So this is the simple procedure. Once I get the value of K, what I am supposed to do? I can able to calculate the accurate value of breakdown voltage by multiplying K into the practical value of breakdown voltage. So K multiplied by Vn, that is equal to accurate value of breakdown voltage. This is a simple procedure. Thereafter, you can perform the characteristics curve for road gap versus breakdown voltage. You can perform the analysis of characteristics curve for road gap versus breakdown voltage. As you can see, this is the graph, that is breakdown voltage in kilovolt versus road gap distance in millimeter. So you will be getting a linear relationship between breakdown voltage and the gap distance. You can observe very clearly it maintains the linear relation. As the road gap distance increases, we observe that the breakdown voltage also getting increased. You can call either breakdown voltage or spark over voltage. So this is another method to calculate the breakdown voltage. That breakdown voltage is given by delta into A plus Bs into 4 into square root of 5.1 into 10 to the power minus 2 multiplied by H plus 8.65 kilovolt. So this is another calculation concerning the breakdown voltage, where H is the absolute humidity. It is expressed in terms of gram per meter cube and it varies in between 4 to 20 gram per meter cube. Then breakdown voltage is linearly related with the gap spacing and the slope that is given by B. From the graph it is very easy to determine the value of B, that is equal to 5.1 kV per centimeter. This is approximate value. Whenever you are doing in a real time, you can plot the graph. From the graph you can able to calculate the slope taking y axis divided by x axis. Delta y by delta x will be getting the slope. Similarly, let us discuss the value of A. A is also constant. That means A will be depending on polarity. So we can say that A is a polarity dependent. So this is one of the constant. Suppose value of A is equal to 20 kV for positive polarity. So at the time of negative polarity, you can choose the value of A is equal to 15 kV. That means A is known as polarity dependent. So it is one of the constant. It depends on the polarity. So by substituting all the factors in this equation, you can able to calculate the spark over voltage. This is another method to calculate the spark over voltage for the configuration of plane to plane or plane to point or point to plane or any other configuration. So this type of relation, that means this voltage relation is concerning for the calculation of breakdown voltage in the road gap arrangement. Let us conclude the session. In this video, I have discussed about the importance of road gap measurement. Similarly, the salient features of that particular road gap arrangement, and I have explained different configuration like plane to plane, point to point, plane to point, point to plane. And specifically, I have explained why point to point configuration is required. That point to point configuration is mainly for a non-uniform field, where plane to plane configuration is mainly applicable for uniform field. So that particular point also I have discussed. Thereafter, the procedure, how to do the measurement for the spark over voltage for different configuration. Simple procedure I have explained in the session. Thereafter, we have found the relation between spark over voltage versus the gap distance. We found that it maintains the linear relation. The spark over voltage and the spark over voltage can be called as breakdown voltage. Both breakdown voltage and the gap distance are maintaining a linear relationship. That is another remarkable point in this session. Thereafter, we found out one formula to calculate the breakdown voltage. One theoretical equation is available to calculate the breakdown voltage, and in that there are different constants A and B, and how to calculate A and B. A will be depending on the polarity, and B is directly B can be calculated by using the slope of the curve between spark over voltage versus gap distance. So these are the things which we discuss in this session. These are my references. If you are having any queries regarding the presentation, you can directly put up in the comment box. Definitely, I will revert you back. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please share with whomever useful. If this channel is really helpful for you, please do subscribe. If you are preparing for any type of competitive examination, especially in the non-technical field, you can refer one more channel, that is Winners Capsule. So finally, thank you very much for your continuous support.